And it's another beautiful morning on the farm. So this is the view from the road you see when you head to Fundau. It's just stunning.
Jump out.
It is jumping out. Where are you going, Mr. Rabbit? You get chickens. They sell guinea fowl. Sometimes you can get guinea fowl here as well. Turkeys. There's guinea fowl at the market, and I want guinea fowl so badly. I've got to get that coop done so that I can get some guinea fowl. There's some ducks. I want ducks though, that's what I want. These guinea fowl over here.
Yeah.
This olive tree at the market has more olives than my olive trees have this year. Lots of trees.
Também faço, ouvi dizer que não, há quem faça salada dela também, não sei.
Não sei, olha, arranjo uma, só para experimentar, ponha meio, são 3 variedades, não é?
São 3 variedades.
Ponha meio 3 euros.
These massive peaches, like a whole hand. Wow. Biggest ever pumpkin. There's my hand on it. Yo. I've got some more plant starts. We'll try again. Time for this coffee with milk. It's not quite a latte, but it's called a galau over here. And it's a ham and cheese pie. Acorn season is definitely upon us, so amazing, but I think they need to just sort of change color a little bit more before I can start giving them to the pigs. Once they start dropping down, then I know they're going to be ready. So they just got to get a little bit yellower and more brown. But this tree is laden, actually all the oak trees this year, completely laden with acorns. Just been cutting back some bramble again, but planting some of these trees that I bought. So this is a mulberry tree, and yeah, hopefully it'll perk up again. But we're needing to fill in all these trenches because the water just, when we had that big storm, the water just raced through these trenches, so it needs to get filled in. So that is the plan. And now putting in some peach trees, put them in over here. So I'm putting them in the trenches because the hole is dug already, and then filling in around it. So it's a way to fill in these trenches and plant trees at the same time. Maggie's having a little bit of a swim. So this is just before the entrance to my property. This is actually the road that the this municipality or town council is supposed to be maintaining. And you can see that there are large granite boulders in these, even in the town road. So when I drive, I've got to drive very carefully, because if I get that part over the middle of my car, it bashes underneath. So you've got to drive almost scraping against that to avoid hitting that. So these challenges just aren't on my road. This is actually, as I said, the state road just before the entrance to the property. So at the entrance to the property now, you can see this is the road coming in, and you can see rain has washed this away, but and there's sort of like a granite boulder there that's sticking up as well now. But as you can see, because there's stones all the way along the sides and these giant boulders here, you can't dig trenches or French drains to drain this part of the road, and you can't dig channels across the road to put steel grates in, because you've got all these granite rocks that make up the road. This is the top part of my land near the entrance. So this is where the rain starts to rush down in a channel. You can see how it's channeled out part of the road over here. I'm not sure if I think it must be coming from, because this is like quite a bit of a slope going up here to where you see that big oak tree over there. So I suppose the water is coming down here, and then it gets onto the road, and then the road becomes a river. So I think what I've got to do is, as some people have suggested, try and make some swales or something here to gather the water, but the water's got to go somewhere. So that's the tricky part. This is all granite on the side here, so you can't dig a trench down here. Oh, Tandi's coming to say hello. So you can see I've got these big boulders over here. This is the road that you've just come in on. These boulders, so it seems like the water comes from, and there's like a big granite outcrop there as well, that the water comes down here, and once it gets onto the road over here, if you look at the channel starts from basically here. So I don't know if one can make a drain over here, because it's all these granite boulders, and I think there's probably granite. It's like a whole granite shelf. But if we had to make a trench there, where would the water run to? That's the thing. The water's got to end up somewhere. So it is, yeah, you can see how it is cut up the road over here, and then goes all the way down. Water has come down the road that comes from the olive grove, and it's actually gone down into the water mine area. So some of the water goes down straight that way, but the water that's causing the problem, that's going all the way, turning this into a river, is coming from this top of the land over here. And this, I'm not sure. You know, the ideas of French drains, we've just got huge boulders over here. And this is all granite rock. You're not going to be digging French drains along the side of the road. It's just boulders, rocks. Some of them stick out of the ground, most of it is under the ground, just like that. As you can see over here, the water also deviates from the road, and it's going down here as well to the water mine area. But there is already sort of like on this side of the road, there's like a ditch, but the water is not going into the ditch. There's a ditch that goes all the way around. The water doesn't go into the ditch, the water prefers the road. So if you're looking all the way on this side of the road, there is a ditch, quite a sheer drop, but the water is not going that way. The water, I don't know, just wants to follow the road. Water is not going into the ditch that's there already. And here on either side of the road is, you can see in some places the granite is exposed like this, and in other places it's covered by maybe 5 centimeters of soil. But you can see over here you're not going to dig anything because of all the granite. And this side, it's also all granite along here. It's just, yeah, granite, rocks. You can see absolute granite all along here. And in fact, if you look carefully, I don't know if I can get, the road is also, like when the soil washes off, you can see the road is just granite underneath. So to dig a trench across the road is not possible either, because the road is granite. Look at all the, yeah, you can see the granite coming through on the road. If the soil got washed off, that thin layer of soil on the top, it's just granite underneath. You hear my voice, piggers? The watermelon seeds that I've planted here are all starting to come up, which is very exciting. You can see them coming up. Yeah. I've just left these cabbages. I mean, I don't think it's going to do anything, but they've been in here for so long. I did plant some seeds in here, but unfortunately Juno has decided that this is great to sleep on at night instead of the couch. So she's been climbing in and sleeping in the raised garden bed. These plants here are all doing well. This is my Cape gooseberry that I'm doing really well, and the curly kale, very pleased with that. These tomato plants that looked like they were nearly dead, that came back, have suddenly got flowers on again. So maybe I might even end up with a tomato this year. It was so beautiful this morning, and we've had like some thunder and now rain. So happy to get this rain. What a strange cloud. Looks like it's got a cross in it. Judah doesn't want to go out. Oops, I better go and pick those ones we didn't plant, the passion fruit, but the others that have just been planted, blowing in the wind. do some cordwood today, but because the rain was forecast, thought it best to wait until we're going to have a dry day. Managed to get an old cast iron bath, so I have to just try and figure out a plug, and yeah, I can use that to wash all these bottles in. It's actually amazing, after last week's rain, you see all the grass starting to come through again. Even got some watermelon growing over here, I think around the area where the pigs were pooping. I think these are watermelon. So this week so far has been a few more little tasks getting worked on or started, and a little bit of gardening work being done. So a lot more work planned, and of course it all depends on the weather, because there is more rain forecast. But I mean, I must be honest that the thunderstorms, the rain that comes, it's heavy, but for 10 minutes maximum. So we'll have to see how that goes. Tandy's coming to say hello, aren't you, Tandy? Yes. As I said to Martin, my volunteer from the UK, the other day, if every night you can go and sleep knowing that you have achieved one or two things that brings you closer to your goal, doesn't matter how small they are, as long as they are steps in the right direction, that's all that matters. And you can go to sleep knowing that you have accomplished something. So it might not be all you had planned to do, but every little bit helps, and every little thing is a step closer to the end goal. Anyway, on that note, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you on the next video.